We have no problems at all with Google doing deals with news media businesses in relation to Showcase. That's absolutely fine. Second point, though, the whole point of the code is to even up the bargaining power imbalance, which clearly exists when you've got near monopoly search and social media platforms. The idea of the code is, in essence, to have arbitration based on the value of media to search or the value of media to the newsfeed. And so it's essential that the arbitration occur in relation to Google in relation to search, because that's where the value to Google is. If you had arbitration just on the value to Google of Showcase, well, I don't think you'd have much. So this is about trying to make sure there's a fair value exchange between the platforms and the news media businesses. That needs the arbitration in the code to be based around search. But the whole point of the code is so that, having evened up the bargaining power just a bit, just a little bit, you haven't fully equalled it, but you've evened it up a bit through the code. The news media businesses have the opportunity to go to arbitration, but given that opportunity, I'm very confident commercial deals will get done, and they'll be proper commercial deals as distinct from take it or leave it deals. Whether those deals are done on Showcase or not is absolutely fine.
But there is an exceptional amount of market power that they hold throughout the Australian, I suppose, landscape, because you're currently undertaking that digital services inquiry. Is this just one step in many? And have you been discussing with regulators around the world about your strategies as opposed to what they've got planned when it comes to dealing with these issues of market power currently?
Look, they've certainly got market power. There's no doubt about that. It's always interesting when they deny they've got market power. I mean, you're 95% of search. You've got the two biggest social media platforms. In the case of Facebook, they're obviously, I mean, they've set themselves up as the gateway to the internet, either through search or social media. They've been very successful. I mean, well done. But they do have a lot of bargaining power. And so the code, as I say, is meant to facilitate commercial negotiations, which you otherwise just can't have with a monopoly, as anybody in the commercial world knows. In terms of what's going on around the world, we're in contact with most of our regulators, the same agencies, our competition agencies overseas. We've been particularly close to what's going on in France. We observed what went on in Spain. But we're close to everybody. We've been talking to the Canadians recently. So look, I think there is a growing momentum for platforms to pay for some of the benefit they get from news media. Whether they do it our way or a different way, I mean, the French have chosen a copyright way where you are essentially paying for snippets on Google. We're doing it in a bargaining power imbalance, negotiate, arbitrate model. So there's different models. People can pick and choose between ours or other models, but I think the trend to it happening all around the world is clear. So that's the feedback I'm getting from our counterparts overseas and others overseas.